this is Brooke Özlemero, Coffee Time with you again. Since the last time I spoke to you, it was about like some purposeful quotes from books, but the video before that was about like why do we even want to find out about purpose in the first place? And we talked about our beliefs, why some people will pursue their purpose or dreams while others don't, and what's the sequence of some questions that we can ask ourselves. So I had some questions already started in that video. You can go back and listen to that first. Why do we need to find our purpose is the title. But if not, you can also start from here too. So I made a list of them and I don't want to forget any one of them, so I have my notes with me. So you can stop anywhere you like as you watch this video to take notes. And I really recommend that you start a notebook or a folder on your laptop to start writing about this, because the answers sometimes do not come so fast, especially for those of you who don't ever take the time to ask these questions to yourself. So some of them are like this. What do you like doing during your day? Just a usual day. What part of the day that you enjoy the most? Even if you only work from home, if you don't work, you have some stuff that you like and some that you don't. What makes you lose track of time? That's like being in the flow. You sometimes do some things like some task around the house or some work at your office and you don't even know how the time flew by. Those are really good things to jot down. What keeps you in the flow and what are you doing at the time? Where are you? Who are you with? Maybe the surrounding and the environment will also help you figure out what makes you feel better and more like yourself. And who do you admire? That's really important question. Who do you look up to? Who are your role models? And then talk and think about the qualities that they have. What is it about them that makes you feel like you want to be like them? Why do you admire or adore them? That's a really good clue. And like if you're still at school or went to school really recently, what were the subjects that you liked the most? And if you are at work or used to work somewhere, again, which tasks during the day you enjoyed the most? What was the position that you were in that you enjoyed yourself, felt like it's you, felt like you're using your strengths, your talent? What were they? And what part of your job or what you do satisfies you the most? Which parts does it make you more happy than others? And another one that most people don't ask, when you go to a library, online or offline, which part do you incline to go? Which kind of books do you like to read? What gets your attention in the fiction or non-fiction section? What are your hobbies? What are the things that you're drawn to when it's up to reading or listening to podcasts? What is getting your attention the most? So these questions are really important, and it's important to spend some time on it. And I always say, like, it's good to reflect back on them from time to time, because those things can change. And some are so much like us, some things stay with us for a lifetime. But it's good to reflect back on your life, your work, and figure out which parts really work well for you and which parts don't. So again, like I said, you can stop the video and write and start this process right now, or do it some other time, but definitely start writing them down. It's gonna juice up your brain to think differently and to reflect back on who you are. And after you've done with all of that, you can ask the most important question, in my opinion, which is, what would you be doing if everything was possible? Who would you be? What would you be doing? And you should not be thinking about the how, because the how, if you think, then it will limit you to think really big and dream. So we are not practicing that yet. So we're only gonna think, who would you be? What would you be doing if everything was possible for you? So that is our big dream. and it's important to write that down too. And if you can't come up with an answer, that's totally okay too. Especially if this is the first time you've been asked this question, it's the first time you're going to think about it, maybe you have no clue. That's okay. But if you ask that to yourself and start to think about it, that's going to stay in your mind, and you might find the answer soon or later someday. But it's a good question to linger on. And for those of you who know the answer, write it down, but after that, close your eyes, be on yourself, be by yourself, and visualize you living that dream, living that life, and see what it makes you feel. Stay with it for a while and just feel what you have in your mind, in your heart, when it comes out to visualizing it. And write those down too. And do this visualization more than once. And we're gonna talk about that too. For some, it really works to think about that every day, because that's how we attract what we want, and we can visualize it in our minds. And think about everything that you see around you started with a dream like that when it was not seeming possible. So again, ask that, write that down, see how you feel about it, and put it aside for now. And for those of you who don't know it yet, just give yourself time, be patient, and it's okay. This is a process that might take a long time for some of us, but it's okay. And like I said, it's gonna stay with you. And for those of you who visualized it, wrote it down, the next step for you guys is to think about this. Can you think of yourself living the dream? If you say yes, wonderful. If you say no, now this time you have to practice writing down all the reasons that you come up with in your mind why this dream cannot happen for you. What are all the reasons that you see, all the obstacles that you see for yourself not to have this dream come true? And again, you don't have to share any of this with anyone, including me, but just making this exercise come true is going to reveal a lot of things about how we operate, what we think, and the obstacles that we face. So next time, we're going to talk about all the different obstacles that we see and how the people who follow their dreams and make it happen are different from those of us who don't. So there's a different quality and different mindset that people have to make their dreams come true, no matter what the circumstances are. And then there are those of us who think that all the reasons that we come up with not to make that dream come true are very true, and it cannot be overcome. So this is the only part for now. So I hope you make this serious, take this seriously, write those questions and the answers for yourself, and let your brain do some work so that you can get what is in you. And why are we doing this? It shows in one of the online trainings that I did. It shows that when we find out what our passion is, what our gifts and strengths are, and what our values are, and that means we are finding who we really are in essence. And only after we do that, we can come up with our purpose. So these are the reasons why it's important to follow these practices and spend time on these questions. That is really a good start. Thank you very much. Stay healthy, be healthy, and stay happy. Thank you. Until next time. Bye-bye.